Hey there, thinkers. It's me, Quizmaster Jack. We're here on Thinking Game Trivia, playing through Buzzword after a triumphant Week 18. Third place, best so far this year, and a best buzz on Repo, a question that only 10% of players got, period. Feeling pretty good. That was the best week yet. Would have been number one if I just remembered the Dire Straits, which is a bummer to think about, but hey, we'll take that third place. And we're here. It's week 19 now. Let's do the pop culture. See if we can replicate the performance.
After Valnet bought this website in May 2025, it fired writer Patrick Gill, the coiner of the term cousin games.
Just Polygon? Yeah, that was Patrick Gill writes for Polygon. I watched so much. I thought Valnet was familiar. I watched so much Polygon stuff. Valnet doesn't mean anything to me in terms of like video game journalism acquisition because they so many of these shell companies just will take over other companies. Like the whole story of Giant Bomb is weird companies buying them and selling them and trying to get them to be something they're not. And it is terrible.
In 2018, this singer bonded with Noah Davis over the gay slang term wig, confusing Lionel Richie and Luke Bryan. Critics savaged this singer in 2024 for working with producer Dr. Luke on her album 143, which features Woman's World.
Okay, that is Katy Perry. Could have been anyone. I guess not a lot of people are working with Dr. Luke anymore, but Woman's World is Katy Perry's most recent bomb.
A 360-degree shot shows this woman questioning who can help her, settling on Papa. Manny phones this woman, his girlfriend, about his need to deliver 100,000 Deutschemarks or be killed.
I'm going to say Lola, as in Run, Lola, Run. I haven't seen this movie, but I roughly know the plot that she has to run to get money to save her boyfriend. So that really... Lola was really the only answer that made sense to me.
A member of this family played Boone on Scream Queens. Athletes trained members of this family in NBC's 2021 special Olympic Dreams. Two of its members host ABC's Claim to Fame. Disney Channel's Camp Rock films featured for 10 points.
The Jonas Brothers? Okay. I wasn't sure. I was a little bit on the Kelseys maybe at some point, but a Kelsey wouldn't be on Scream Queens. That was well before they were famous. I was on Roberts for a little bit. Emma Roberts plays Chanel #1 on Scream Queens. But yeah, I guess was it season 2 that the Jonas Brothers showed up? It's the one that it moved from. The first season was in a college, and the second season was like in a hospital. I'm not sure which season, or which Jonas they appeared in. But yeah, Camp Rock, famously the starting off point for the Jonas Brothers.
This character titles a westernized version of the 1991 game Puyo Puyo, released in 1993 to reference his Mean Bean Machine.
Robotnik. Or would you take Eggman? Yeah, Puyo Puyo is kind of a Tetris-like. In fact, there's a Puyo Puyo versus Tetris game. So I was hanging out there, but Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, hell of a title, was the Sonic versus foray into drop puzzles. Is that how you refer to Tetris-likes? With that, Mario got in there twice. Mario has both Dr. Mario and Yoshi's Cookie. But yeah, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, also known as Eggman outside of this country, this continent, I believe. Or maybe he's just Eggman in Japan. I'm not sure. Would have been pretty funny if the Sonic movies had Jim Carrey playing somebody named Eggman. He probably could have done some work with that.
In this film, Erica almost attacks Colonel Tanner after he identifies Austin as Texas's capital. A Cuban officer at the end of this film spares the dying Eckert brothers in occupied Colorado.
That's Red Dawn. Right, it's called Red Dawn, keeping me in suspense here. It's like the first PG-13 movie. They remade it maybe a decade ago now, with one of the Hemsworths. Chris Hemsworth, I believe. And then instead of the Russians, it was North Korea. Yeah. Anyway, Wolverines never say die. Wolverines never die. It's Goonies never say die. I don't know what it's. Well, they're the Wolverines. That's their high school. Is it Wolverines just never die? Is that what it is? I don't know. Haven't seen either Red Dawn.
This dog breed names a cocktail of gin and grapefruit juice. This was the breed of the dogs Mick the Miller and Ballyregan Bob. Dogs of this English breed course hares by sight, which enables lure coursing at race tracks.
What?
For 10 points,
is going
what
on?
slender dog breed named...
I'm just going to say a greyhound. Did I have a stroke in the middle of that question? I just started saying words that I didn't understand. Yeah, I think I've heard of the greyhound as a cocktail before. Slender, racetracks, greyhounds.
In this show's episode, The Fraudulent Volcano, a ray gun was built by Dr. Zinn. On this show, Benton adopted an Indian orphan named Haji, who was...
Johnny... Whoop. Let's get back. Okay. Ooh, I hit tab by accident when I was going to hit the Q, and everything went back real quick. Yeah, Johnny Quest. Parodied by the Venture Brothers. Race Bannon, I believe, is the name of Dr. Quest's bodyguard, right? Or is that the name of the character on Venture Brothers? I don't know. They all blur together.
This song's video shows the Atlantic Records wiki page being edited to read, "You Suck." This song, the only top 10 hit from 2006's Straight Outta Linwood, boasts I'll ace any trivia quiz.
It's white and nerdy. All right, weird. I'll ace any trivia quiz you bring on. What's the middle line? It ends with, I'm fluent in JavaScript as well as Klingon. Sing on. The only question I ever thought was hard was, do I like Kirk or do I like Picard? Spend every weekend at the Renaissance Fair. Got my name on my underwear. White nerd. I actually just watched a video of Weird Al going through... This is the Vanity Fair thing. They do this thing on Vanity Fair. It's a YouTube series where they'll give actors lines from their movies, and they have to say what movie it was from. And they did it with Weird Al, but they did it with his songs. And I knew all the ones like past 1990. Let's see, what? Nah, I can't say like Weird Al was the first CD I bought. I definitely had Running with Scissors and I had Poodle Hat. But I don't think, I stopped buying albums at some point because you can just listen to music in any form that you want. Anyway, the final question.
This character's first wife, who worked as a cargo pilot in Alaska, became the Goblin Queen during the Inferno storyline. This ex-husband of Madeline Pryor is the father of a boy who became the hero Cable. Jean Grey married...
Cyclops? You just want Cyclops? All right. 146. I think that's more points than I had last week. Put 2 video game questions in. That's dangerous if you don't want Quizmaster Jack to do well. I could have made a joke. If I did poorly, I was going to make some joke about me being a trivia Samson with my hair, since I just cut off most of it. But I did pretty well this week in pop culture. Probably not any best buzzes. Maybe Polygon. I think somebody else would probably get it off of the Valnet thing. Anyway, 2 video game questions, 146. Thank you very much. Before I get into sports, I went and looked at the Johnny Quest question, and the next 2 clues were literally Bodyguard Race Bannon and parodied by Venture Brothers. So, good looking at Buzzword. I could write these questions as I play them. All right. Here in sports.
This club, captained by James McLean, is managed by Phil Parkinson.
Oh no. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. I literally just watched the last episode of season 4 today. Oh no. Oh, I hope they give me that because I bust so quick. Yeah, James McLean. He's the angry Scottish guy they have on the team. Who was in a car crash this season. I almost killed him. Anyway, Phil Parkinson is the manager. I knew there was going to be a Wrexham question at some point, and I kind of biffed it. I may have biffed it. I think they'll give me that. The Z is right next to the X. I'm not answering Wrexham.
A course named for this city is where Fred Marriott set a land speed record. Like Sebring, this U.S. city hosts a leg of the Triple Crown of endurance racing. The Coke Zero Sugar 400 is held at this city's International Speedway. For 10 points, NASCAR's highest purse race is what Florida city's 500?
That was just Daytona? It was just Daytona. Huh. I know Daytona opens the season. I didn't also know it was the highest purse.
This hitter tagged Roger Clemens for a go-ahead 2-run home run in Game 7 of the 2004 NLCS. This 8-time Gold Glover was traded in 2002 to join a lineup that included Jim Edmonds and Albert Pujols. For 10 points, what Hall of Fame third baseman was traded from Philadelphia?
That's Scott Rowland. It's what happens when you're in a fantasy baseball team that only has NL players from 2003 till present. Remember Scott Rowland.
This man sat out the second half of the 2024 Pop-Tarts Bowl against Iowa State after scoring his all-time record 158th touchdown. This man, who transferred from Incarnate Word to Wazoo, was drafted first overall by the Titans in the 2020.
It's Cam Ward. I know who was drafted first overall. I didn't know anything about any of the college football stuff you were saying before then, but...
The Athletic reported that this player saw his team president as unhinged for crying during a meeting. After being suspended for missing a flight to Milwaukee, this man was traded for a package including Andrew Wiggins. For 10 points in 2025, what forward was traded from the Heat to the Warriors?
Was it Ben Simmons? Jimmy Butler. All right. No perfect week, because I didn't remember the basketball guys.
An alternative name for this sport referred to its popularization by British soldiers in Poona. This sport, which is named after the house of the Dukes of Beaufort, uses an object similar to a hawk's lure that was once made from foul...
That's got to be badminton. The house of badminton. You enter, fewer leave.
In May 2025, this team was shut out by the Padres' Stephen Kolek in a 21-0 loss. In June 2025, this team broke a historic streak by sweeping Miami. Chris Bryant plays for this team with...
The Rockies. Right now. The worst team in baseball. And Chris Bryant also currently plays for them. It's a real question of who is going to be the worst this year. Most people had the White Sox penciled in as worst of the 2025 MLB season, but the Rockies are really making a go of it.
In 1995, this man set an NBA Finals record with 7 steals. This man, whose flagrant foul in 2007 led to the suspension of Boris Diaw and Amare Stoudemire, won 7 NBA championships across 3 teams. For 10 points, what forward for the Rockets, Lakers, and Spurs was nicknamed Big Shot Rob?
Oh, Big Shot Rob Horry? Good thing I was waiting. I was waiting for Ron Artest there. I was just like, ooh, they're going to take Didn't he change his name to Meta World Peace? So as I was debating that, they went and talked about Big Shot Rob. Yeah, Ron Artest did not win that many. I don't think Big Shot Bob had anything to do with the Malice at the Palace.
In this man's last 2 seasons, he won Super Bowls that he didn't actually play in with both Kansas City and Tampa Bay. This man, who broke Wilbert Montgomery's franchise rushing record, led the NFL in rushing yards in the 2010s. For 10 points, what Bills and Eagles running back was nicknamed
LaShawn McCoy? What's his nickname? I buzzed in before the nickname and I don't remember it. I can't. It's like Sneaky? I don't know if it's Sneaky. All right, Editor Jack, help me out with what the actual nickname was that I can't remember right now. It's not Camel. I know that.
At the 2024 Olympics, this woman lost in the first round to Angelique Kerber. This woman ascended a model of Mount Fuji to light the cauldron at the 2021 Olympic opening ceremony. For 10 points, what four-time major-winning tennis player has Haitian ancestry and internationally represents Japan?
Is that Naomi Osaka? Okay. All right, assuming they give me Wrexham, which they should, a 19 out of 20 week. Followed up pretty well after a good week 18 with a really solid week 19. That's going to be it for me. Thanks for watching. As always, you can check out Buzzword yourself at naqt.com/Buzzword. You can help me out like this video. Go watch some others on the channel. Subscribe to said channel. Maybe put a comment down. We'll see. I'm third right now in pop culture. 1 point, one measly point behind the people in first and second. But we'll see if I can keep this hot streak going next week in week 20. Once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you then.